What's up you guys, and welcome back to another Reddit reading video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, amazing, fantastical day, because for some reason, I just woke up feeling really happy. Maybe it was a sleeping pill I took and I actually got some good sleep for once, but let's just get into these revenge stories. I'm ready for some good, salty revenge. Mice helped me fire my wicked step manager. Long post warning. I added all the background because it makes payoff so much better. The universe aligned, the stars just right for me in this story. My old coworkers and I still talk about it. Backstory. I was working at a popular coffee chain in high volume, swanky location as a barista. We were specifically trained to make fancier novelty drinks compared to other locations. I loved my team and my manager, and for the most part, everyone got along. Then, my manager informed us that she would be moving to another location, and that we would be getting a new store manager. This new manager, who we all call Jack, is an old assistant manager from this location. He trained here before becoming the store manager of his own location. Jack would be returning to be our new manager, since he had the experience in these fancier stores from training days. Everyone in the store dreaded his return. For what I gathered, Jack was an a-hole when he was an assistant manager. Within the first few weeks, things went downhill. He started writing up certain baristas constantly for infractions that others got away with. He slashed everyone's hours from full-time to part-time, claiming that our job description never stated we were entitled to full-time. One barista went from 39.75 hours a week to 16.5. Jack claimed our company had no write-up expiration date, so he was writing up baristas based on clock lateness within our time management software from when our old manager still ran the store. People went from a clean record to a final warning within one meeting with him. Those who had worked with him before organized themselves into a list of who would get fired next. We didn't suspect that there was a personal vendetta against certain baristas who knew him when he was an assistant manager. We knew there was. One by one, several people were fired, all in the order they knew they would be fired. Others found jobs elsewhere. It became a race against the clock. Either quit or wait to be fired for something trivial. We brought up these issues with our district manager, but he ignored them, slashing our hours and getting cornered, including cutting corners on cleaning standards. From proving to be beneficial to the district manager, he was not interested in helping us. I was badly burned by our drip brewer. He refused to help me fill out workers' comp report. He was too busy placing weekly orders. I had extremely bad cramps in my thigh and went to urgent care. I was one of the last walk-ins in the clinic and left after they closed. When I sent him a picture of the doctor's note, he googled the location from the letterhead and claimed I faked the note since the place was supposed to be closed. Jack belittled me and other baristas on the cafe floor. My mental and physical health suffered. When one of my good friends was fired, I quit with nothing else lined up because I feared I was either going to break down or get fired. This friend, Anthony, got me a job at my current workplace. After Anthony got fired, he struggled to make ends meet with just one job. I helped him out by preparing large batches of food and dropping them off at his workplace. I met his manager and got an interview the following week. I had been working at this place for probably 2 months when the most magical thing happened to me. The incident. I finished the closing shift of my current job and was passing by my old store, closed for the day, when I saw 2 mice running around the lobby. I filmed it. I guess cutting corners and cleaning the health standards was causing a bit of a rodent issue. In a rush of pin-up anger, watching my team get fired over nothing, watching Anthony struggle to eat, suffering at the hands of Jack myself, I posted the video to Instagram and tagged the store in it. I posted photos and links to the video on Yelp, Google reviews, the company page, the customer compliant email, everywhere. I figured at most, I was going to be the fly in his ointment and annoy him as the district manager. Then I sent the video of the mice to the Department of Health. A couple days later, the Department of Health served a copy shop a notice saying they were preparing to do a full inspection. I hear this news from my barista friends. A couple weeks go by and my current job has a turn in management itself. We weren't getting our legally mandated half-hour breaks, and I am put on a 9-hour shift with no meals. Thankfully, HR was much more sincere than the coffee shop HR, so I arranged a meeting. I stopped by my old coffee shop before my meeting to say hello to a few friends who still work there. I noticed Jack and the district manager were there. I grabbed the water and sat down to organize my HR meeting notes. Not even a half hour later, the shift supervisor approaches my area and tells the cafe customers to leave, as the health department has shut them down. She turns to me and says, "Yes, it was your mice. They found out we had an infestation," then walks away. Jack and the district manager don't make eye contact with me. I gleefully return to my current workplace and tell Anthony about how I was actually there to see the justice happen. Justice that I started on my own hands. He tells my coworkers. Even my managers find out I shut down a whole store from one report. HR catches wind of the story before our meeting, and I'd never been in a more polite, apologetic HR meeting. My managers were reprimanded, and we had all breaks restored to us. All the departed, fired baristas took pictures in front of the Department of Health shutdown notice that was taped to the store door. The windows were shuttered up, and the place was vandalized several times. They started the cleaning process and the inspector returned to clear it again. About 2 weeks after the store shut down, I got a call from the coffee shop's HR department. Apparently, whenever they have something like this happen, they look through the records of the store. During the mass exit and the seasoned baristas and the complaints made to the district manager and HR, they had a novel about my old cafe. The HR rep asked me why I left, and the first words that come out of my mouth are, I left because Jack the manager, and the district manager is complicit in his actions. They call all the ex-baristas, and a couple current baristas, for their stories with Jack, all negative. Jack was fired and banned from working with the company. He packed up and moved across country. The fancy location was taken from the district manager, and now he only oversees basic cafes. I got promoted in my current job to assistant director of the site to oversee HR complaint overhaul to improve the workplace, based on my knowledge of OSHA and state labor laws. Anthony and the other 5 baristas were offered their jobs back, which Anthony accepted. He's in a better financial situation now. TLDR, after quitting my barista job because of some really bad management, I filmed mice in the cafe and got the store shut down by the Department of Health, which resulted in an investigation that got the store manager fired. Wow, that actually, kudos to you. That is some great revenge. Like, that is some, like, revenge that you would, like, I wish I could get that type of revenge about when I was working at Wendy's. Wendy's was, like, my first real job when I was still kind of a younger teenager. Oh, I wish I could have done that to them because I hated working there and I hated those managers. They were so mean. Like, the first thing that they would do to new people was, if you're gonna cry, get it out now, because they were so mean. They were like, you're a little B, aren't you, huh? Shut up, you little B. And you're just like dumbfounded and they talk to you like that. And the new cashiers and the new workers would be like, oh my God, these people are so mean. I'd feel so bad for people that would come in and cry. I wish so badly that that could have happened. I wish I could have got that kind of revenge. I'm like living through this story right now. Good job to you. Alright. Enough praise for that last story. Let's see another one. You took $200, you lost $21,000. So most users of computers will probably have some experience with us. You know when you're online shopping and sometimes a box pop-ups and says click this, promo code, sign up, yada yada? Well, we know they are scams. By mistake, I first clicked the wrong X. They put a fake one on the top and I clicked it. I immediately shut down the page and I thought that was the end of it. Nope. So the site I bought a Hanukkah gift I was getting for my mother sold my credit card information to the pop-up. I activated that when I clicked the wrong X. I was a teenager, relatively new to checking account. I checked my statement for December and it was all well. I didn't check for the next couple of months because I didn't use it for anything. There should be no charges. I know better now. When I did check, I noticed that these small insignificant charges weren't mine. Always less than $10 and usually around $2. But the multiple charges added up and was well over $200. When I looked into this, I found the connection. I called a thieving company and told them they stole my information and are illegally charging my card. They didn't deny it, but they also didn't care. I wanted my money back. They refused repeatedly. I gave them so many chances to fix everything with just that. I eventually warned them that I would have to sue if they didn't want to give me what they stole. They laughed. Turns out there was a class action suit in progress, which my lawyer used as leverage in a quick payout. We sued for fraud and violation for federal communication laws. What they are doing is very illegal and happens every day. This included a lot of popular stores and websites, which were 100% in the wrong and committed a crime. And I was a child who brought her mother a gift. I won the case. I received a judgment of $21,000. I told them it would go away if they just refunded my $200, but they refused. They seemed to think of teenager threatening to sue a massive corporation that does nothing but break the law wasn't much of a threat. What they should have noticed, I was buying a Hanukkah gift. Hanukkah. Everyone I know is a lawyer. Good job to you. I got scammed one time on Amazon when I was a kid. What I did was I bought this, like, I thought it was like this extra awesome diamond, like it was like super pure, and they like were saying they had like an abundance of diamonds and they just needed to get rid of them for super cheap. I think I spent like $150 on it, and they were saying it was like a $10,000 diamond. And like I go to bed that night, I wake up and I'm like, oh, I hope my diamond shipped. I hope it's on the way. I go and look, the listing is gone. Like, it's gone from all my Amazon history and stuff, but like the money is also taken out of my account. And I was a teenager and I was still doing like my first job. So I didn't know what to do. I thought like, well, I just lost. I wish I would have like known. I could have just asked for a refund or called my bank or something. But I was like maybe 16 or 17. I was just like, God dang it, I got scammed. I used to be pretty gullible, actually. Another note on that, this one like government program or something like that said if I send them $300, they'll send me $500 back for like a grant. Like, and this was like I was new in college too. I think I was like 17, and like I was like, all you need to do is send us like $300. We'll give you like 5,000 back. I was like, wow, that's a really good deal. And this is like some kind of government thing. They cannot scam me. So like I asked my mom about it and I asked my sister and they were like, you really are trying to get scammed like that? They're like, you really that dumb where you're gonna get scammed? I was like, this can't be a scam. I looked it up online and I was like, I was really that dumb. Okay, enough of my stupidity. Let's read one more this is one little paragraph of story. Someone did not give me their end of a trade, so I spent the next 2 years getting them stiffed in trades and losing them a lot of money. Back like 3 or 4 years ago when I played Magic the Gathering, I traded with this one guy for a card, Ugin the Planeswalker, which at the time was worth like $50. It was a fair trade, and me being dumb 15-year-old, I was like, let him promise to bring the card the next day. He was 1 year younger than me and went into the same store. Well, he never gave me the card, and what was I gonna do about it? Bring it to small claims for a $50 card. After a few months, I acted like I forgot about it and acted like his friend. This guy is pretty dumb and always relied on me and other people who looked up the price. So whenever he wanted to trade with me or someone else, I would always volunteer to look up the price and I would always add like 25% to the other side trades. I did this for like 2 years until a few months before I moved to college. He wanted to sell his cards to a store, and I learned that over time, he had slowly traded his valuable collection away to the value of pretty much a bunch of cardboard. I laughed so hard when I saw this. I let him know that I had sold about 90% of my own collection online for a bit over $4 grand, and then told him what I did, and never talked to him or went back to that store again. Wow, nice, quick and sweet. I like that little revenge, just subtly over time scamming him, not knowing that he's like losing money over and over. Never be a scammer. People aren't as dumb as you think they are, except for me when I was doing that where I thought I was gonna get $5,000, but this is not about that. But man, that sucks. I like buy and sell Pokemon cards a lot too. Actually, I just passed the $1,000 threshold on Mercari for selling Pokemon cards. I can't say I probably wouldn't do the same thing if that happened to me. I did not feel bad for that guy at all. But anyways, like always, I really hope you guys enjoy these r/pro-revenge stories. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know down below. What do you think about these stories? Like, tell me your opinion. Do you think these revenge are necessary? Should he really have scammed his friend out of all that money? Or did he deserve it? I hope I see you guys next time, and goodbye, my lovelies.